But I'm so excited that you are here. I am Dr. Laura Ricci. I'm a doctor of physical therapy, a national board certified health and wellness coach. I specialize in functional nutrition, women's health, and insulin resistance. And I'm an essential oil educator and leader with doTERRA International. And I am so glad that you are here. Oh, thank you, Denise. Good morning. Good morning. Are you guys hearing me okay? If you are, give me some hearts or likes or something that just lets me know that we're here, you guys see me, and we're ready to get started. Oh, wonderful. Yay. Thanks, Whitney. Thanks, Beth. Okay, we're good. Yes, fingers crossed. Cross the fingers and toes. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you are watching the replay too, welcome to the replay. We have a giveaway for a live US viewer, so stay tuned for this. Oh, hey, Hills is in the house. I'm so glad that you guys are here and didn't see me. This is good. I was a little nervous, so it's all good. This is going to be an interactive workshop today. It's going to be a little bit different than some of our other classes. So if possible, I would really urge you to create the time and space to really dive into this. So grab something to drink. I've got my lemon water here in my root and petal mug. Grab something to drink here. Grab a pen and paper. You're going to be wanting to have that to write stuff down. And grab your frankincense oil too, guys. If you have frankincense, grab this oil, get it out. It's going to be helpful. We're going to be using it here in just a little bit as well. And turn off your notifications, or silence your phone, or go to a quiet place where you will be undisturbed for the next 30, 40 minutes or so while we do this. And this is one of my favorite topics to do. Actually, I taught this class at Amarillo National Bank, and the feedback was so huge. Everybody was so excited, and people are asking me, hey, do you have a recording of this? I want to go back and listen to this, and I didn't. And that's where this class kind of came from, that there was so much excitement for it. So I'm really, really glad that you guys are here. And it starts with why, right? We are here. It is a new year, and have you broken your New Year's resolution yet? How is that going? Did you set goals? Did you set a resolution? And how are you feeling in this? Interestingly enough, statistics show that 95% of people will actually break their resolution by January 15th, which is Monday, which is coming up. And this is really interesting, right? 95% of people will set out, and within, about the first 2 weeks, they kind of are unable to continue or choose to stop. And I would argue that this is because their resolution or their goal or what they intended to do is not in touch with the person's big why and their big vision. So on your piece of paper, I want you to write down, what is your goal? What did you have? Maybe it was your resolution, and it doesn't matter if you're doing it or not, but just choose that. What is your big goal? Write that down, see what comes up for you, and then we're going to talk a little bit more, and we're going to dive deeper and see if we can really get in tune with that. So maybe you put down a weight loss goal. I'm making something up here. Maybe you say you want to lose like 10 pounds. Your why should make you cry, okay? It should be emotional. This is your anchor, and it's very, very important because we have to know where we're going in order to get there. Okay, what is your vision and how do we get there? Oh, I love that. So Amanda has a goal of using her oils every day, and that's great. And you guys are welcome to share your goals. I love that it's interactive. So write that down, and then we're going to dive deeper, like with the example of weight loss. Ask some deeper questions. Why? So weight loss isn't really emotional, right? It's kind of a number. We can set a goal of 10 pounds or whatever that looks like, but that's not really emotional. When we get into a situation where we have to choose, or maybe there are some unhealthy foods or something like that, what's really going to anchor us and help us to continue on that? So dive a little bit deeper. Why do you want to lose 10 pounds? And maybe it's because you want to look a little bit different, or maybe you want more energy or something. Well, why? Why would you like more energy? Why would you like to look a little bit different? What's going on with that? Keep digging. Keep asking those why questions to get to the core. It's like we're peeling that layer of the onion, so to speak. Okay, so why do you want to have more energy? Well, I really want to be I'm giving an example from one of my clients. She wanted to be present and be able to create memories and feel good and be healthy to spend all this time with her grandchildren. That was her big why. It wasn't necessarily the weight loss, but it was being able to be healthy, to be functioning well, to get down on the floor and play with her grandbabies and feel good and create these memories. I had another client that wanted to backpack to Europe with her granddaughter that's a why. That's something that lights you up and gets you going. I had another client that wanted to go on, it was a spiritual pilgrimage in Spain to do this. Some incredible things. So what is it? It's not just the weight loss, because that's going to be different, right? If we're like, am I going to have this cookie? And you're like, well, that's why we always start on Monday, right? We'll start again on Monday. Okay, I'm going to have the cookie in the moment now. But if you've got a why so big, if you're like, oh no, I am doing this so that I can go backpacking in Europe with my best friend, or, something that really, really lights you up, that is emotional, creating these memories with people, that's going to feel very, very different than just a weight loss goal, or whatever it may be. And this is really powerful, powerful stuff. So when the challenging times come, we want something that's going to anchor you and pull you in and get you really, really deep with that. So play with that. You're writing down your why. Continue to ask, well, why do I want this? Well, why would this be good? And get to that core. And it should be an emotional spark. It should really light you up, because that's what we're going in with a New Year's resolution, or with any goals that we set. We need to get very, very clear in our why and in our vision. So that's the first part, getting clear on your why, and keep on unraveling, go to those layers. And then now what I actually want to do is a visioning exercise with you guys. And this is something very, very special and near to my heart. My mentor, Dr. Jessica Drummond, first did this with me when I was her health coaching client, and then I took her certification, and we learned how to do this with our private health coaching clients. This is something that she learned from Duke's Integrative Health Coaching certification, which is so cool and very, very powerful. This is very powerful. And I have some coaching clients on the call that I noticed popped in. So if you've done this exercise with me before, maybe you did it at Emerald National Bank or in a group health coaching program or private one-on-one, I would really encourage you to continue with this and try it, because different things may come in at different points in your life, and it's interesting. So what we're going to do is actually grab your frankincense oil, if you have that on hand, and you're just going to put a little bit right between the two eyes right here. And this just helps us to really emotionally, it helps with enlightenment, and it helps with wisdom. It's the oil of truth. You can even put some right under your nose here. Or, even better, you can put some in your hand. Mine's almost empty, actually. We need more, right? We need a frankincense experience here. So this is the oil of truth, and that's why we're kind of pulling this in. So I'm going to put a drop on my hand here and just rub my hands together. And I would encourage you to do this at home. Yes, Hillary, yes, it needs to be ingrained. I love it. Yes, whys are so important. And then cup over your nose and mouth and inhale deeply. And then have a good release breath, a let it go breath. So the really powerful thing, and why I like to pull the oils into this visioning exercise, and if you don't have oils, that's okay too. You're still going to get benefit from this, and it's going to be helpful. But the oils work and help support us emotionally. They actually have a direct link into our central nervous system. The only other thing that can do that is music, interestingly enough, and affects our limbic system. It's tied to our memories. So when we're going through this guided imagery, it's powerful to use your oils with you. So put your frankincense on, and I want you to know that this is, whatever comes up is meant to come up, okay? So you can't do it wrong. Just sit with it and see what happens. If you don't see something, that's okay too, but just go with your gut instincts. This is part of that getting in and trusting our inner wisdom or our inner guidance system that I love so much with the guided imagery. But if you're driving, please don't do this while you're driving. Wait and watch the replay, and we can kind of go from there. So what I want you to do is get in a position where you're in a comfortable chair, ideally as comfortable as you possibly can. If you need to lie down too, that is okay too. And you can put little headphones in, or just have your phone up to where you can hear me with this. And what I want you to do is go ahead and close your eyes. And I want you just to notice and feel your feet fully supported on the floor, fully grounded if you're sitting in your chair, feeling your body fully supported in the chair. And just take a deep breath in, and then you're going to let it go. Big release breath. And I want you just to notice if you're holding any tension, any tightness, anywhere in your body. And go ahead and breathe into that space. And then let it soften and relax. So I want you to notice if you're holding any tension or tightness in your forehead, in your jaw. And breathe into that space. Deep breath in. And relax. Notice if you're holding any tension in your neck or in your shoulders, in your torso. And breathe into that space and relax. Same thing, moving down into your abdomen, into your hips, into your legs. Breathe deeply into those spaces. And then fully relax. And I want you to imagine that you're standing on a path. And this path represents your life up to this point. And it stretches far, far out in front of you and far, far behind you. And I want you to just take in this scene in as much detail as you possibly can. What does the path look like? What's the weather like? Have you been to this place before, or is this a new place? Do you feel any sensations? Do you feel the sun on your skin or a breeze? Do you smell any smells? Notice what you look like. What are you wearing? Are you by yourself, or is there somebody with you? Maybe a loved one or a beloved pet. And again, just taking this in as much detail as possible. All the sights, sounds, smells, as if you were there right now. I want you to start walking down this path. And as you walk down the path, you approach a dwelling. And just notice what the dwelling looks like. What's the architecture like? What's the color of it? Go ahead and walk up to the front door. And you're going to knock on the door. And you're surprised but not surprised to see it is your most authentic future self that opens the door. She welcomes you in, she gives you a big hug, and you walk inside and look around. And just notice what it looks like. What's the furniture like? Is it just the two of you, or is there somebody else there too? Are there any smells? Is there anything baking or cooking from the kitchen? And she invites you to take a seat with her at the kitchen table and have a cup of tea. And this is your opportunity to ask your most authentic future self, what is the one thing that I can do for my health and healing right now? And just see what comes up, see what she has to tell you. Often this is very simple. It may be one sentence. It may be one word. But just be open to receiving the message that she has for you, the wisdom that she's giving to you. This is also a really good opportunity for anything that may be heavy on your mind, any question that you have right now that is weighing on you or that you feel like you don't have complete resolution with. go ahead and ask her and be open to the advice that she has and receiving that. I'll give you a moment now to ask that question and receive that answer. And I'll let her finish up any last words of advice or wisdom that she's going to give. And you thank her for all of her support and help and guidance. You give her a big hug. And as you hug her, she starts to dissipate into this bright white healing light that goes directly into your heart, because your most authentic future self is there, always present. That's where she resides, guiding you and supporting you along your journey. I want you to just take another deep breath in and let it go. Feeling fully supported by the chair, feet firmly planted on the floor. Start to slowly wiggle your fingers and toes. Coming back into the room. One more big deep breath in and let it go. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Okay, how do you guys feel? Feel a little bit different, maybe, than when we first started? Hopefully, yes. And this is where it's a really good time to write down what came up for you. I'd like you to write down the advice that your inner wisdom gave you, what that was. And that's part of actually the joy of my health coaching practice, is hearing all of these beautiful things, the wisdom. So oftentimes it's things like, don't be so hard on yourself, or you're doing the best that you can, what you're doing is enough, or you are enough, or sleep, or take a nap. Or maybe it's, it's time to take a little bit better care of yourself and you got this. It's the most beautiful messages. And those are from your inner wisdom or intuition or whatever you want to call that. The Holy Spirit, God, universe, whatever that looks like for you. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Michelle. So, yeah, you got chills and you wanted to cry. Wow. It's so true. We have that power, we have that insight, but we don't always remember that from time to time. Sometimes we can lose sight of that. Yes, and we look to others for answers. That's so true. Thank you, Hillary. Yeah, that's so true. And often for a lot of people, this can be a very emotional experience. So I would say if you're feeling very emotional, that's okay. Like, let the tears flow. I feel like that's a very powerful part of the healing. That's how we heal. That's how we cleanse. We just kind of let it flow. So and oftentimes my clients do get emotional. And I feel like that's a really good thing because that means that we're healing. And yes, absolutely, Michelle. Yeah. And whatever that looks like for you, I love that. You can call that Holy Spirit, God, Jesus, universe, whatever that looks like. But getting in tune with us and our inner wisdom and our intuition. Oh, that's so wonderful. You guys are posting the most beautiful comments. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad. So write that down. Before you forget, write that down. What was the advice? And also write down, like, what did the path look like? What was the dwelling look like? What were those things that kind of came up? Because these can be helpful things for our vision, for our images, for those things too. And very powerful. Right? And this is a very neat way to kind of get in tune, because I feel like We think that we're in control with our conscious mind, but actually like only around 5% of what we do is our conscious mind, and so much is our subconscious. It's like the iceberg, right? We just see like the tip of the iceberg, but then we have everything underneath. And so sometimes something like this, like a guided imagery or meditation, or just time that we can create that space for ourselves and have that quiet time to go inward, can be so powerful. And it's interesting to see what kind of comes up with that too, which is really, really amazing. So I would encourage you, journal that out and see what that looks like for you. If you don't like journaling, what is a creative outlet that you could do with that vision? Like, what did your future self look like? Oftentimes people say, oh, she looked like me, but she was glowing, she was vibrant, she was radiant, she was confident, she was happy, she was joyful. And create something that reminds you of that. Maybe you love to paint or draw. Maybe you love to do a virtual kind of image, a virtual vision board, like on Pinterest or things together. But I want you to have something to kind of recreate that feeling, like what you're feeling now, seeing it in as much detail as possible. Write out everything that you want. Oh, so that's awesome. So Kim was saying she's beautiful and it's so happy. Yes, it's the feeling that we want to focus on. The goal is good, but it's the feeling. It's that emotion that we have. And our emotions are so powerful because our emotions let us know, are we on the right track? Are we kind of doing something? Or, oh, do we need to change? Do we need to shift our thoughts or our mindset or something to help us and guide us along that? So asking yourself, now kind of seeing that, your why, ask yourself, okay, why do you want to be healthy again? If that's what you saw in your future self. And what comes up? This will help you to go deeper into that bigger why as we peel those layers, right? And then a step further would be to actually see and feel yourself healthy, vibrant, with all of your senses in as much detail as you can. Oh, that's beautiful. So Hillary was saying crisp fall forest and it felt amazing. I love it. Yeah, like going to our happy places. And the cool thing is when we visualize, the brain doesn't know the difference between what is actually really happening and what's going on in our mind. So this is why visualization is so important. This is why Olympic athletes will visualize. They'll go through, like Michael Phelps, he was visualizing. He'll go through his swim. He's done that in his brain thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of times. What's it feel like to be there, to jump off, to swim, what the water feels like? And then what does it feel like when you're standing on that podium? What does it feel like when they place that Olympic medal around your neck and you're waving and you're holding the American flag and you see the crowd and everything? Like, what is that? That is so, so powerful. And there's a lot of neuroscience to this. There's a reason why we do this, why visualization is so important, and why we can achieve anything that we believe, but the mind has to get there first, right? So whatever your goal is, whether that's a health goal, a financial goal, a relationship goal, anything that you have in your life, start to visualize it. Start to go to that place, make it real. As much detail as you can. And it doesn't have to take a long time. You know, you could start and set a goal of just for maybe 30 seconds or a minute right before you get up. When you wake up, before you even get out of bed, just visualize that. See it in your mind. And then right before you go to bed at nighttime, visualize that again. It's very, very powerful to start and end your day with that vision, with that very clear vision. And I feel like when we get clear with that, when we call that in, that's a powerful way to start your day, right? And then all of a sudden, you know, whatever it is, we start to look and see that we are, where we are in our life right now is an accumulation of all the choices that we have made up to this point. And we can start to be a little bit more objective and look and say, okay, is this choice moving me closer or away from my goals? And this is why it's so important, and why getting really clear on your vision and your big why is huge. Because if you just have a goal of like, well, I'm going to exercise 4 times a week or whatever that looks like. You know, sometimes people get really a little too crazy with their goals and they're like, I'm going to exercise for an hour every day. And then that like burns out after a couple weeks. So I recommend starting with small, sustainable changes. So maybe this is just the visualization. I'm going to visualize for 30 seconds in the morning and at night, and you start with that. Or, you know, start slow. I'm going to increase my water by 1 glass a day. I think so often we just go from 0 to 60 and it's like, I'm going to go from drinking no water to drinking like 2 liters of water every day, and it's too much. So start with the small ones and we're going to build off your success, and it's going to grow. And then once that extra cup of water is so easy and you're doing it without thinking, then you're going to add in 2. Then you're going to add in 3, like slowly, whatever that looks like. But getting really clear with that, pulling in the emotional piece, the feelings, the visualization, that's what's going to light you up. And that's why your why makes you cry. And it's so huge, and you have such a passion and a purpose that you're like, okay, let's do this. Let's move forward. This is amazing. This is huge. So I hope you found this helpful. I love to pull the oils into this to just support us, because the oils, while I came to them for the physical support and they were amazing for that, it's the emotional piece that helps so much. So I have a fun little blend idea for you guys. I'm going to make it here and show you, and actually that's going to be part of the giveaway. Somebody's going to get this fun roller with this. But this is from Enlighten Alternative Healing, and they have a really neat little kind of booklet, and you can go to their website, but they have blends here for power and purpose, which fit very nicely with what we're doing with crafting our vision and finding our why. And this blend is actually called My Vision is Clear. And so I'll give you the recipe and we'll make it together. But what I love is it's incorporating the essential oils. It actually uses affirmations with this too. And I'll post this recipe above so that you guys will have this too. But it's Clary Sage and Patchouli and our Siberian Fir, which is actually really nice. So it's 2 drops of Clary Sage, 1 drop of Patchouli, and 2 drops of Siberian Fir. The diffuser recipe is actually 3 drops Clary Sage, 2 drops Patchouli, and 5 drops of Siberian Fir. And let's make it really quickly so I can show you guys how easy this is. So I love the root and petal rollers. Becky at the Root and Petal is my favorite. I love supporting small businesses and fellow female entrepreneurs. So that is what I have here. And life hack, I love to put the stickers on the side. I just use my little label maker to write it here. My vision is clear. And then we put the stickers, and you can take a little piece of Scotch tape and put that over your stickers to kind of hold them in place. So that's a life hack here, but we will make this up. So we're going to do 2 drops of our Clary Sage oil. We'll just hold it here. 1, 2. And if you get an extra one in there, that's okay. That's the fun of oils, right? Whatever happens is meant to be. So that is okay. You just needed an extra drop. And I love these dropper tops from Share Oils. You can get those from Elka over another boss babe that I adore. And it makes it really easy. So we're just going to put 1 drop in there. And then we're going to add our Siberian Fir. Love the firs. The firs are very grounding. So we're going to do 2 drops of our Siberian Fir. Easy peasy. And then we just top with our fractionated coconut oil that we have here. It's very easy to make roller blends. I love to teach my oilers how to make roller blends because it helps to stretch our dollar, because this will last for a very, very, very long time. Oh, thank you, Joyce. So Joyce says she loves the emotional piece as well with the oils. It is. It's nice to have those tools. And then I just popped the roller on top, so you have it. I love that the root and petal rollers are glass, guys. They're not plastic. So the plastic ones, the cheapy ones that you can find, they actually stretch out over time and they can leak, and I've never had these leak. Oh, Amanda, yeah, these are the root and petal. You can get them on Amazon. This is her original palette, but she also has a happy palette that's pastel colors. I was feeling orange for Our Vision is Clear. I don't know, that color is just so bright and vibrant. And there you go. So this is our roller. Somebody is going to win this, but you can actually just roll it over your abdomen. You can roll it over the forehead between the eyes, like we talked about, that third eye area. You can roll it behind each ear. Just swipe behind the ear. The nape of the neck is a really nice place, and then on the crown of the head. So isn't that interesting that all the places, besides the abdomen, that's a good one too, kind of for grounding, but it's all like vision, right? Like here, behind our ears, all of that to pull in the emotional support with that, which is so huge. So you could actually put this, My Vision is Clear. Maybe you could keep this on your bedside and roll that on, and then take those, maybe even smell it, and take that 30 seconds, minute to visualize. Maybe this can be a little cue in to help you remember to visualize and use those oils, which could be really powerful. Your oils are a tool, and it's very interesting. They're not going to do the emotional work for you, but they help. I kind of equivocate it too. If you were trying to pull weeds out of your garden and the soil's really dry, it's hard to do that. It's hard to get them out. But if you water it first and then you go, it's very easy. That's what the oils do for us. They give us a little bit of support with our nervous system, our limbic system. It does a little magical dance through our neuroanatomy, which can just help. The more tools that we have, the more empowered that we feel is powerful. So that is my Vision is Clear blend. Clary Sage actually is the oil of clarity and vision. And it dispels darkness and illusion, and it helps to see limiting beliefs, opens the soul to new possibilities, which is really beautiful. And then I love that this has an affirmation that goes with it. And the affirmation is, I release the patterns, habits, and stories that don't serve me, allowing them to dissolve. I embrace the vision of my truth and see it with clarity every day. My vision is pure. I follow the song of my heart. So I will post those as well for you guys so that you have the affirmation and you have the recipe for the roller bottle if you want to try to do the roller bottle, or to put it in your diffuser. Yeah, so actually, Amanda, that is a good question. So Amanda was asking, do you have to store your bottles in colored bottles, like tinted ones? That clear ones are not good for the oil. That's actually not true. That's actually a myth. Actually, Amanda, if you go to the Root and Petals Facebook page, Dr. Papas, he is a world-renowned expert in essential oils and a chemist. He dispels this myth, but clear is absolutely just fine to use and works very well. He can probably go into the science more than I can, but I've never had a problem with it. So, and maybe I can even link that into our Facebook page. Yes, I will link that for you guys too, so that you have it, because that can be very powerful. But yeah, the clear ones will be just fine. I love the Root and Petal rollers. Those are the main rollers that I use for sure with that. So that is very, very powerful. I also wanted to read, this is another good resource book that I just stumbled across, The Blooming Heart. And this is by Robbie Zeck here. And I'll post that in our notes too, so that you guys have that. But my friend Susan actually shared this book and is letting me borrow this right now. And I feel like it's a really nice compilation to our Emotions and Essential Oils book. So highly, highly recommend this book. You can actually get this from Share Oils, which is fabulous. And this is a nice one too. Oh yeah, my pleasure, guys. Yeah, we'll post the links for you. But this is very interesting. So it goes through and it kind of talks about the emotional piece of the oils as well. And then it actually talks about meridian points to apply the oils. But it was talking about frankincense, the kind of yin and yang, the polarities of protected and vulnerable, and how this oil really helps to pave the way to the higher self. So that's kind of why we wanted to pull that in with our guided imagery that we did, and it helps you to just kind of stay connected and is very, very powerful in helping you move through many horizons. So frankincense helps to sustain you on your journey and cultivate positive inner guidance so that your true self can be seen. And that is really powerful. So that's why I really like that. So frankincense is another great oil too to pull in during your prayer time, during your meditation time, your quiet time, your visualization time, whatever that looks like for you. But I thought that was really beautiful, so I wanted to mention that book. The other book that I like, because I love sharing resources with you guys, is the I Am Fabulous book by Desiree Mangandog. Love her. She's an acupuncturist. This book is amazing. I believe you can get this book on aromatools.com, but lots of resources for you there with supporting you and helping with this visualization. And then my challenge to you would be to find an anchor. Find something that pulls that in to where when you see that, and maybe that's the vision board that you created, and maybe you take a picture of it on your phone. Digital things are kind of fun because you can have them with you and carry them around with you wherever you go. That could be a great option. Or maybe it's a necklace, maybe it's a coin, maybe it's something that you have that you can keep on you, but something that when you see it, it's an anchor and it pulls you right back to your vision. It reminds you of your big why. Because it's powerful to reconnect with that. Because there can be times along your healing journey where maybe it's a little bit challenging. Maybe you wanted to let go of gluten, or sugar or something in the new year, and you're at a party and there's all these cookies or something like that. And it can get a little bit challenging, but if you have something to pull you back to your why, something that you can see or on your phone or anything like that, that could be really nice to just help to ground and anchor and help to support you. And use your oils too. I love to use the oils to kind of help with that too as well. So I hope you guys found this helpful. If you're new to oils, there's actually so many that you can pull in to use to help you. All of the oils have an emotional part with that. So like we mentioned, frankincense is the oil of truth. And our frankincense is actually sourced from Somalia. It's great for mood. It's great for stress. It's great for calming anxious feelings, all of that stuff. We have lavender, which is another really powerful oil. So emotionally, lavender is the oil of communication. And it is sourced from France. So that's kind of the cool thing about doTERRA, is the oils come from the places where they really thrive. So this would help with calming, help with stress support, help with sleep support, anything like that. Lemon is another really popular oil. And emotionally, lemon is the oil of focus. So I love that. I love that so much. If you just need a little bit of support, a little bit of focus, our lemon is sourced from Italy. It's very uplifting. That's actually what I put in my warm water. A little bit of lemon, very detoxifying, alkalizing. Now, safety tip with this, guys, you only want to do that with an oil that you will see a supplement fact on that is safe for internal use. A lot of the ones out there are not. They're adulterated. They're synthetic. So do your research. But this is why even from the health food store, I wouldn't get oils from there. You want to get a really pure, clean source. If it's not safe to take internally, you don't want that on your skin or on your body for sure. Another great oil, Melaleuca. This is actually the oil of energetic boundaries. So see, guys, we can use our oils to support us in the new year. So you know those like energy vampires or those people that can kind of like feel like they drag you down a little bit? This is the energetic boundary blend. So you could put it on the bottoms of your feet or over your abdomen to just kind of support you, especially if you knew that you were going to a situation where you're going to be around people like this. That is so, so powerful to kind of have and boost your immune system, which is really nice. Also great for skin irritations. So I think it's kind of funny that Melaleuca is this like, you know, fights off the germs and the bugs, and emotionally it helps with energetic boundaries. I love how that works. Oh, thank you so much, Beth. I'm so glad that you are finding this helpful. Yes. Oregano, that's another interesting one. So oregano is the oil of humility and non-attachment. And what's interesting is this is also another big guns for immune support. It's one that you kind of want to have on hand when you need it. But how beautiful is that? Humility and non-attachment. Maybe there's some things that we want to disattach from in the new year. Limiting beliefs, unhealthy habits, anything like that. So you could, you know, just do oregano as a hot oil. So I would make yourself a little roller bottle, maybe just 5 drops in there. It's a powerful oil. And just start to put it on the bottoms of your feet. Bottoms of the feet, great place to put your oils for emotional support. Or anywhere that you would, if you like the smell of it, you know, on your wrists, behind your ears, over your heart. You could just wear it as a non-toxic upgraded perfume. All great tips. Peppermint. Peppermint's actually the oil of a buoyant heart. So how beautiful is that, right? And our peppermint is actually sourced from Washington, actually comes from the US. A few of them do come from the US. So this is very energizing. I love to add it with lemon because you're getting the focus and the energy. So maybe to get you going in the morning, or if the kids need a little bit of support with homework or anything like after school, that can be a really, really nice one. Very energizing, very supportive of your respiratory system, very cooling. So if you have a little one with a high body temperature and you want to work on cooling them off, that's a really nice one. And then a few more that are kind of our big guns that we go to quite a bit in our home. Breathe. Breathe is the oil of breath. How many times do we just need to take a breath, take a moment? And it's actually a very, very powerful oil for grief. So grief in Chinese medicine actually shows up in the lungs. And isn't that hard when you're going through a really challenging time or grief? It's almost like we can't take a breath. It's like it's hard. So the breathe really comes in to help us take a moment, take a breath. And I love to use this one as well. Even great to put on before exercising, but any type of respiratory support can be very, very powerful. You could do this with, your exercise, yoga, stretching, meditation, anything like that. Very powerful. Digestion. Typically, we think of this to support us with upset tummy, right? Like when we have gas or bloating or indigestion or anything like that. Oh yeah, Shelly, yeah, absolutely. It's really, really good for grief. Love, breathe with elevation. Ooh, that's a good idea. Thank you for that tip. I'll have to try that. I love that idea of combining breathe with elevation. Two very powerful oils. I love elevation because it's really great for adrenal support. I love both of that. That's a great tip. Thank you for sharing that. I love to hear from you guys and learn from you guys as well. And digestion, so we typically think of it for upset tummy and things, but emotionally, it's the oil of digestion, kind of like when we're overwhelmed. So if we've literally bit off more than we can chew in life, digestion. So you can diffuse it, you can put it on, but I love, again, the physical tie with the emotional tie. So I like using the oils to support us with your goals, with your vision, with what that looks like and works for you. On Guard, a lot of us know of On Guard. It's one of our favorites. It's the oil of protection. So emotionally, I think of this oil as the healthy boundaries oil, right? Healthy boundaries are the new black. My bestie Hillary LeMay says that all the time. It's so true. We have to say no to the things that don't really fill us up in order to say yes to the things that really, really do. And to get really clear on your vision and your why, and with anything that we're going to create for our health and wellness, if we're going to add something else to our plate, we got to take something else off. So this has clove, which is very powerful for that. If you have trouble saying no, put some On Guard on the bottoms of your feet, oil up, and go into that situation, because you can do anything, but you can't do everything. So we have to set those clear boundaries and be saying no. That is self-care. So important. So use your oils to help you say no. Yeah, all of the no. No to the no to the no, no, no in the new year, so that you can say yes to you. We got to fill your cup up first, and then you can take care of people. Yes, yeah, right? There's all kinds of stuff going around right now. So yeah, we've got On Guard, Melaleuca, diffusing all the time. And I just love that, right? Because both of those oils, On Guard, the protective blend, so we were thinking of it as healthy boundaries, Melaleuca, energetic boundaries. These are powerful for the bugs and germs and things, but also the energetic vampires in your life. Use your oils. Very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. And then last but not least, Deep Blue. So Deep Blue is the oil of surrendering our pain. It helps us to feel more strengthened, to be more accepting. And this is very, very powerful. So it's all things pain oil, right? And when we're having pain, that can be an emotional response, right? Because it's frustrating, doesn't feel good. So using the Deep Blue to soothe us and help with that emotionally and physically, which is really cool. So in the new year, I share those with you. Those are my top 10, my favorite ones. If you're new to oils, you can actually get started with me. This month, there's some amazing, amazing specials going on. You can actually get all of those oils and an extra bottle of frankincense for free, and a diffuser, and get $100 in oil for free. So if you are new to oils, I would love to support you. I'll actually be popping on a little bit later for a flash sale to talk to you about all of this, but this will be going on through Monday. So reach out to me. I would love to kind of help you with that. I'm putting together a couple little flash sale bundle kits, and we'll have a limited number of them, and we'll be doing a flash sale over the weekend, and I'll pop in and kind of talk about those in more detail. So stay tuned for that, guys. But I love to support you. I have a private Facebook team just for my oilers and my oil squad for continuing education and support. And we schedule you for a wellness consult when you get your oils to show you exactly how to use them and make roller blends and dilute your oils and feel really supported. That's really important to get support, right? We have a virtual class of all the classes that we've taught, a little library there. And so if you don't have an oils person in your life, I would love to be that person for you. It's kind of a big deal when you choose somebody you're kind of married to them. It can be challenging to switch. So once you get started with somebody, so I would love to be that person. You can go to my Facebook page, actually facebook.com/Dr. Laura Ricci, and please like it so you'll be notified of future events or classes or things that are coming up, and just getting more support there. My website is lauraricci.vpweb.com. If you are open to more private health coaching, if you want to take this deeper and get more individualized support, I would love to help you with that. Don't forget to check out our Two Curls on Oil podcast. Our January replay is actually up on our Facebook page right now, facebook.com/2curlsonoil, or just type in the search Two Curls on Oil and that will pull up. We actually just did a post for you guys, our Follow Through Friday, to post your goals, post your celebrations, post your successes, and cheer you on. We have a community there to support and help you because the accountability is huge. So maybe you're going to do your visualization with your oils. Maybe you're going to set a goal for that. Post it over there. Let us know. Take a picture. And we have somebody that's going to be spotlighted and kind of highlighted for slaying their goals and doing their thing once a month on the podcast, which is really cool. So giveaway time, right? I know that's what we're all hanging on for. So we have our lovely roller, our My Vision is Clear roller from the Root and Petal. And I also got you guys this. I thought this was so cute. This is a keychain. It says Essential Oil Emergency Kit, and it actually has like a pocket on the side. You could put like your Deep Blue Rub or something super fun in there. And on the inside are where you can hold your little sample drams. So let me show you that. There's actually like several little pockets. So I'm going to add in some sample drams from Share Oils. These will hold about 40 drops. So it's just nice. It's convenient to take your oils with you wherever you're going, to have them on hand, throw them in your purse. And I just thought this was so cute, our little emergency kit, because I know for me, my oils are the first thing that we go to. So you will get a little roller. Actually, I think the roller would even fit in here. You could take your roller and a couple of things. So that's part of our giveaway. So all you have to do to enter is actually, I want you to post a comment from your inner wisdom. What was the advice? Was it sleep? Was it rest? Was it not being so hard on yourself? Let me know. Let me know what came up for you. I would love to hear that. Hearing those is such a joy. And that's when you know that you're tuning into your inner wisdom, right? Because if it's true inner wisdom, it's always covered in grace, right? It's always like, oh, you know, we love you. You're doing the best you can. This is good. When it's not the inner wisdom, it's the inner critic, and that's that judgy person. You know, the person that we kind of talked about in our self-care class, that's not your inner wisdom, okay? So it's good to differentiate, but I would love for you guys to post what was the message that you got there, and you'll be entered into the giveaway. I'm going to pick a winner 20 minutes from when this video ends. So thank you for you guys watching live, and we will get that sent out to you. The replay is going to be up here until February 2nd to watch, so make sure that you take some notes and write it down before it comes down. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you implement some of the tips from this class and start to use them. If you do, please tag me on social media. I would love to see what you're doing and how these classes are helping to support you. I'll see you next month for another health and wellness class. It's always such a joy to be here and see you guys and get to interact with you. I love that technology allows us to do this. And I just want to thank you guys so much for joining, for being a part of this. I'm sending you all lots of love and light. Stay tuned for that flash sale that'll be posted this weekend. And have a great day, guys. Take care. Bye.